till 4, Saturdays till 3. Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, Southeast 38th Street, the same blooming Christmas location since 1952.
Started in 1975. It's Yendel's Building Materials. Whether you're making repairs, adding a room, or building a house, Yendel's constantly delivers excellent service and top quality materials and many of the tools and hardware you need to get the job done. At Yendel's, they take pride in supplying their customers with new and innovative products. Yendel's experience in truss design, manufacturing, and component materials is second to none. 834 North Magnolia Avenue in Ocala, 732-3000. Stop by to experience the difference.
I, Ebenezer Scrooge, have come to tell you not to attend Ocala Civic Theater's production of A Christmas Carol. It is full of Christmas cheer. This holiday travesty is live on stage at OCT November 19th through December 20th. Unless you wish your family to be filled with hope and joy, do not call 352-236-2274 for tickets. And to those who do not heed my warning to avoid A Christmas Carol at OCT, I say, bah, humbug!
The Ocala Golf Club, one of Ocala's premier golf courses, from its pristine 18-hole course layout to its amazing pro shop. Jason Linhart and the staff at Ocala Golf offer everything that you need for your golf outing. That's the Ocala Golf Club. Experience country club style golf at municipal prices. You won't go wrong with the Ocala Golf Club. Call them for a tee time today, 352-401-6917.
Now you did it. Are you completely insane? He's back. He, who must not be named. The man, the myth, the only guy in Ocala to eat his own weight in fried pickles. Twice. Now, you asked for it. Sorta. Live and in person. It's Tom Schmitz.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks with Tom Schmitz. We're efforting to get our 950 interview on, so bear with us. We're trying to locate them now. But in the interim, I will tell you about a man who I heard about the first time from a very good friend of mine, Paul Yunkin, who used to worked for him for 7 years. Well, we may have our caller. Let's see. WOCA. Hi.
Could you sing to Get America Covered?
Yes, we're ready to go. Okay. Well, welcome to the phone lines now. Joshua Peck, the co-founder of Get America Covered. Joshua, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Let's talk a minute about, it says 2 out of 3 healthcare.gov customers can find a plan for $10 or less in the marketplace. That sounds amazing to me. Expound on that, please.
It is amazing. In fact, in Florida, 4 out of 5 healthcare.gov customers can find a plan with a monthly premium of $10 or less. It is a great place to, if you live in Florida, you're in luck when it comes to having affordable options this year.
Now, I just went through with a provider and got set up in the marketplace because I know the deadline's coming up. So I went ahead and took care of it. They've already debited my account, took out the first payment. Now, I got a Cadillac plan. Don't get me wrong. I got a great Cadillac plan that I think I paid a grand total of $51 a month for. So there are great plans out there. But the deadline's looming. Tell everybody when the deadline is.
The deadline to enroll is December 15th, and that is your last chance to sign up for 2021 health coverage. If you miss the deadline, you'll need to wait almost a full year before you can enroll again.
A full year before you can enroll again. Now, in the state of Florida, how much does, if I was looking for an average cost, even though there's a lot that's under $10, in Florida, is a good average cost around $50, $60 if you want the Cadillac of health insurance?
Well, for each family's situation, the cost will vary. But, we often say that most people can find a plan for between $50 to $100. The reality is that in Florida, you have a lot of plans being offered and some really competitive prices. So there are very, very low-cost plans available. In fact, last year, nearly 700,000 uninsured Florida residents, nearly 1 in 3, were eligible for plans with a $0 monthly premium.
How do I find out if I qualify, or does the listener find out if they qualify for these lower plans?
Well, you should go to healthcare.gov and fill out an application. And part of that process, they're going to ask you where you live and what your household income is. 8 out of 10 healthcare.gov customers qualify for financial help to make their monthly premiums more affordable. A lot of people assume that help isn't for them, but it's actually designed to make coverage more affordable for working families. For example, a family of 4 with a household income as high as $100,000 a year is eligible for financial assistance.
A family of 4, $100,000 a year. You would think they would be precluded, but you're saying that they will qualify for some assistance. That gives a lot of hope to, because I know that when this first started, if you broke a certain level of money that you were bringing in, you weren't qualified to get some of this help. And now I would think $100,000 is a pretty high ceiling.
You know, it is a pretty high ceiling. It is true, though, that there are some people who make just a little bit too much to qualify for that financial help. And when you don't get it, it can be really expensive. I think the thing that I would really encourage people to do is to go to healthcare.gov, fill out that application, and see if your family qualifies. There's a good chance it does.
Is there anything with this worldwide pandemic we've been facing since January, February of this year? Is there any kind of differences that I might need to know about, or the listeners need to know about because of the pandemic?
Yeah, well, we always say that people should get coverage because accidents happen and people get sick. This year, that's more true than ever, with hundreds of thousands of people testing positive for the coronavirus each day. Coverage gives you peace of mind and protects you and your family from the unexpected. And every plan sold at healthcare.gov is required to offer coronavirus testing for free and the vaccine when it becomes available.
Now, you're the co-founder of Get America Covered. Tell us how Get America Covered got involved with helping with people to navigate the marketplace.
Yeah, we were founded in 2017, just after the Trump administration announced it was cutting outreach for open enrollment by 90%. And we started up because we wanted to help get the word out about open enrollment and to help people get covered and stay covered.
So you filled the void that was created when President Trump did away with it.
We're trying, but, for a small nonprofit, it's a pretty big void to fill. There hasn't been a television ad on the air in almost 4 years letting people know when the deadline is or that affordable coverage is available.
And a lot of people get it confused with, because the Medicare and Medicare Advantage, their deadline is today, December 7th. The open enrollment for people under the age of 65 is December 15th. It can get very confusing with the dates so close to each other.
That's exactly right. I think that, the easy thing to remember is that if you're over, if you're 65 and over, your deadline is today. But if you're between 18 and 65 and you don't have coverage through your workplace, your deadline is December 15th.
Which is, 12 days from now? Did I do that math right? No, not 12 days from now.
It's just about a week away.
8 days. Yeah, 8 days from now. I played college football, lots of shots to the head. So where can they find out more information? If people are wanting to find out more information about if they qualify or where they qualify, where can they go get more information?
Well, you can always go to healthcare.gov. There are incredible resources there that can answer most of your questions. But if you want to talk through your options with a trained professional, free help is just a quick call away. You can call 1-877-813-9115 or go to coveringflorida.org.
Coveringflorida.org will help answer some of your questions. Joshua, thanks so much for taking time out with us this morning and helping clear up some of the confusion because, like I said, with Medicare's ending today and then healthcare.gov's ending on next Tuesday, it was very confusing. Thank you for clearing up some of the issues.
Thanks for having me.
It is very confusing with the way the deadlines are real close to each other. And somebody said today, no. I said, we got till December 15th. They go, no, Pearl Harbor Day. I go, no, that's for Medicare. They go, no, I think you're wrong. Well, it is. Today is the end of open enrollment for Medicare. Next Tuesday is the end of open enrollment for regular health care for under the 65 age group with the marketplace. Coming up next, we got another interview coming up next. Just moving along here. It is Val Zidans. He's going to speak on behalf of citizens against lawsuit abuse, because we know you can sue people for anything these days. There's torts left and right. And I'm going to ask him, did it really all start with the McDonald's tort? Because I know there were lawsuits before then, but it seems to me that the McDonald's lawsuit, if you're not familiar with it, it's where the lady got millions of dollars because she couldn't stop from spilling coffee on herself, and she burned herself and then sued McDonald's and won a boatload of money for doing so. And from there on, it went out. And now, back when I was a kid and when I was in my early teenage years and all, you didn't have 16 or 17 commercials a day touting, I got $1.5 million from this guy. Or, this guy got me $400,000. Now you see those all the time. They're commonplace. We'll talk to him about how that phenomenon has taken place and is there a way to get away from that. We'll do that. Also, I'm going to tell you about Elmer Wayne Cates Jr. If you never heard that name, I started to tell the story earlier. We'll get into that. Elmer Wayne Cates Jr. And we'll also talk about a day that will live in infamy. It is Pearl Harbor Day, in remembrance of the lives lost that fateful morning in Honolulu, Hawaii. The worst day in the history of the United States Navy. You know, it's one of those days that we can't ever forget. 79 years ago today it happened. About 3 hours from now is when the actual planes came over the horizon in Honolulu and destroyed and killed American sailors on a nice Sunday morning, by all accounts, until the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor. We'll talk about all that in hour number 3 of Ocala Talks with Tom Schmitz, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.